talk about API security that historically always seems to me to focus on the concept of the hacker sitting away in secret trying to hack their way into APIs. And yet, if you look at the problems that APIs get into, it's often the API doing exactly what it was designed to do. And it's just that the people who own the API missed it. And it's something that's very, we focus on a lot in our runtime monitoring at APImetrics. But I know Chuck has a lot of opinions on this because it's very much what WIB has realized is a challenge. And I think it'd be interesting to sort of to kick things off with Chuck on just some of your things people miss and what the challenges you see are with the approach to security of APIs as it is now.
Yeah, great question. Thank you. I think you're exactly right. There are a lot of things out there that can manifest themselves as breaches or issues or incidents, and certainly become data loss events and other things. But when you look at the way that the business logic was constructed and exposed, it's only acting as it was designed to do. Probably most famously in the last several years is the Cambridge Analytica and Facebook issue, where Facebook made all of this data available, and this party, it was definitely an abuse scenario, but it wasn't a hack to download all the information. We've seen similar issues with companies like Coinbase and T-Mobile and Optus and others, where, and actually some of our own case studies. So we have a one that we've talked quite a lot about in various forums, where we hacked a bank customer of ours and printed money into our own account, leveraged a business logic flaw in the APIs that this bank used for currency conversions and money movement. But when you think about the hack, it was valid username, valid password, valid token. We made requests to the backend API that responded in the way in which they were designed, and we're stealing money. So when you look at the firewall logs and you're thinking of the OWASP top 10 as the list of things that can go badly on this interface, you're missing the actual business logic exposures to the outside that the WAFs and API gateways, they see the request, they see the responses, and you get the thumbs up 200 OK message, meaning, yeah, this looks good. But in reality, the logic itself is being abused. And I think the blind spot there that the defenders are missing and they haven't yet caught up with is that as you change the architecture of your applications and you change the attack surface, the types of attacks that you're vulnerable to now are different, and the defenses that you've been using may not be up to the task. And so like WAFs and API gateways, for example, were never designed to understand the business logic that these APIs are exposing to the outside world. And so many companies are exposing these avenues for abuse, but they're unaware of it because they didn't think about how to test for that, how to make sure that was tested through the SDLC, and then how to validate it actually prior to production to understand beyond just the use cases of that API, the abuse cases, right? So they never got to the point of real adversarial emulation for these interfaces, and it's leaving them with blind spots.